Today, my topic is why people behave the way they. It's kind of very one-way generic topic, or we can say very much kind of the thing which we come across on daily basis, day-to-day professional or personal life. But I would like to give some psychological perspective of this topic so that we understand why people really behave the way they, even when they are not intent to behave the way they want to. So let us take two situations. Uh, okay, like you are working in office. It was very long and hard day, very difficult day for you. You come back at home and you want to relax. You want to have a cup of tea and relax for some time. But your daughter, who is really waiting for you to tell you something very interesting happened at school, and she wants you to listen to her, but you are not in really good mood, and either you behave differently, like otherwise you are very caring or loving father. That day you behave very differently. You shout at her and say that you don't have time, you are not feeling well. So that is one situation. Let us take another situation in office. You basically want to talk to your boss's boss or two levels up because you want to talk something very important about your promotion. Suppose, take example, very usual scenario, and you go up to that guy, your super boss, and want to talk about your promotion. And your boss behave very differently that day. Say that why you're talking all these things now? Do you think that this is right time to talk? And he simply say no, and he deny talking to you. Okay, but later on you find, okay, boss, the market was down by a few points, and your boss has already lost few thousands, and he's not in good mood. And you have taken basically very wrong time to talk to him. Okay, at the same time at house, if someone, okay, who is very balanced, suppose, take a other situation, someone who is very balanced person, okay, and your daughter comes up to you, even though you are very tired, not in good mood, you will tell your daughter that, listen, just wait for 10-15 minutes, let me get relaxed and we'll talk. At the same time, in office, okay, someone who is very professional, very balanced person, he will simply tell that, okay, Sachin, I'm very busy, and at this point of time, I don't think I can talk. Maybe we can set up some time tomorrow or after tomorrow. So this is how people behave differently in different situations based on their own personality and personality traits. So how to analyze this and find out that who um, and the person who he is or she is, okay, how they will behave differently in different situations. But a lot of psychological study has been done in the past, and this study is going on for a long time, and everybody or every psychological scientist has their own way of thinking and own way of putting their thoughts and own way of doing the research. But I came across some facts, and I would like to put that here. So psychological perspective basically. Okay, so what I think, okay, factors which shapes human nature, like very generic, like things like a genes or upbringing or cultural background, social exposure, and that person, his own experiences, like whatever he has gone through in his life till date, and many more things are there which impacts and shapes human nature basically. So, so there is one very interesting thing. If you look at below that, there is one study done. Okay, rats separated into two groups, and one group received very good maternal care and love, while other group did not. So what happened in first group? The parts of a brain of those rats grew very good, and they are less likely to get stressed and flooded with stress hormones like cortisol. So that suggests that how upbringing, how background basically helps in shaping the human nature. So apart from the genes which we cannot change, But other things, definitely, we have some control over it, which will help shape human nature. Now, let us look at the psychological perspective. So, based on some study, like they have come up with like a different personality traits. But can we really fit these 800 crore people in this world in these five personality traits? Maybe or may not be, but scientists have basically come out with these five different personality traits like openness, consciousness, extraversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. Now, while fitting these 800 crore people in these five personality traits, we can just understand the behavioral patterns. We cannot really conclude that we can really fit all these people, 800 crore people in these five personality traits, but we can simply understand the patterns of the behavior and try to find or try to analyze how that person will behave based on the personality trait. So there is some reference I given like a five, this big five developed by a team led by Paul Costa and all that. Maybe this presentation will be shared and you can able to get the reference. And going on to the next slide, where uh, exactly I'm going to discuss about what these personality traits are. So openness. So person who is very adventurous, open for new ideas, he can imagine new things. Person who is not very rigid, open for change. But on the other hand, few people who are not open, who are orthodox, they are not open for change, and they want to basically lead the life the way they want to, and with their own thoughts and with their own principles. So, if you look at here, studies suggest that people who are treated with this is very interesting actually observation. When people who are not open treated with psilocybin, which is a magic mushroom, became more open. So there is a kind of medicine available for people who are not open, can be treated. So that is very interesting study. Another thing, another personality trait is consciousness, where people are very disciplined, organized. They are good planners. They are very dependable. They are having sense of responsibility. And on the other hand, people are very spontaneous. They are not organized, not very organized, and they take decision on the fly. So the people with consciousness can be good managers, we can say. Third is extraversion. So we everybody knows that. I mean, how extrovert people are and what are the personality traits of an introvert person. So most of the people who are kind of extrovert, they are very social, very cheerful. They create very positive energy in the group. They are very assertive. While on the other hand, introvert people, okay, they are not very social. They like their own company, um, and they are not open as extrovert people. Fourth is agreeableness. So these people are kind of very caring, compassionate, understanding, and try to understand other people. Very cooperative. So they are very good team players, we can say. So studies suggest that consciousness makes a good dancers. That is very interesting observations or interesting study. Fifth is neuroticism. People who always find something to worry about. Like they are always worried. They have always doubt in each and everything. They are very anxious. They are never basically stable with their thoughts, and they always care too much care about something or gets anxious very easily. So one study in 2012 found that when neurotic people with good salaries, even if they earn rise and they get extra income, it made them less happy. So these are the personality traits, and their definitions are when how these personality traits affects their own thinking, and what are the factors which affects their thinking and how they will behave differently based on their personality traits, that we can go through, we can talk about. Okay. So here it is. So if you like think about it from psychological perspective, there are five different pillars of psychology: biological, then cognitive, developmental, social, and personality, and mental and physical health. Now, these personality traits, where how we are studying how people behave differently, is like a study of cognitive behavior. And cognitive behavioral is based on the perception, thinking, intelligence, and memory. So, how they will perceive the things, how they will think, how their intelligence or decision making works, and how their memory works is depend on their own personality traits. How we will see that? Okay, so this is very kind of common picture we see in many spiritual scriptures to explain something. But this, if you look at here, how perception works differently for different people, different personality traits. Now, these people who are like these people looking very closely at this picture, trying to analyze their um, own way. Like few say that it's snake, few say that it's spear, few say that it's fan. Okay, few say that it's rope. Okay, so these people who are very close to this elephant, they have their own um, negative personality trait. They are not able to analyze what it is exactly. But the person who is very open, who is standing as a third person looking at the elephant and able to analyze what it is all about. So this guy who is open, this can be a person having personality trait as openness, or we can say that person is very conscious person. That's why he is able to analyze. So that's how people with different personality trait would think differently about something. Thinking. So that is another personality trait. How you basically think or read anybody's mind in front of you. So two people who are kind of very spontaneous, very extrovert, try to directly analyze what is in your mind, and they will think that way, that you are thinking this way, and then they will behave accordingly. But the people who are kind of very open or very balanced, okay, they will ask a lot of questions to you, and then they will try to analyze your thought, and then yeah, they will behave differently, or they will behave or talk to you accordingly. That's how thinking works for differently for different personality traits. Intelligence. So cognitive intelligence is a problem solving ability here, or we can say that understand the problem and taking decision based on your thinking. So reasoning or comprehension, applying your wisdom, all that is dependent on what kind of personality you are. You will differently think about something, some object or some incident or anything, and then based on your personality trait, you will take decision. Now again, personality trait is dependent upon your personal background, like as I said, your cultural background or your own background or your upbringing and everything. And how memory works. So this is how memory works. Like sensory input, like your eyes, ear, and touch. You perceive the things, they'll go into short memory. Then you will rehearse the things. Then it will go to your long-term memory. But this particular thing, sensory memory, it will work differently for different people. People who are very balanced, okay, they perceive the things or read the things in very balanced way. While the people who are extrovert, not balanced, they will have very short attention span. They are quick to react. They are very quick to, you can say, conclude the things. But the people who are very balanced, they will read the things properly, very balanced way. It will go into their short-term memory. They will rehearse, and then it will go into long-term memory. So people with different personality traits will perceive things differently, then they will rehearse things differently, and it will go to their long-term memory. So, so here, what is the conclusion? Conclusion here is that human nature is very complex, but based on your personal experiences, based on your how you read the people, you can frame the people in on the basis of these five personality traits and try to analyze how they will behave differently based on the different situations and how they will react. So that definitely will help in our personal and professional life. So that's about it.